Alright, as a reminder for everybody, the way this game works is we spin the wheel, a game is selected, and if that game can hold our attention for 1 hour, that game is a winner. If it can't, it's a loser. Of course, there are some exceptions to that rule, such as some games are not meant to be played for an hour at a time. We'll denote that. We'll be fair about it. Whoops. Come on. Capture. There. Oh, almost. You almost did it right. Let's go ahead and make that fit the screen properly. And look at that. We didn't have to wait for me to properly switch into the right window. Full screen off. Much better. Alright. Is Dig Dog like Dig Dug? One day we're gonna find out. I haven't actually played Dig Dog yet. Alright, I just need to update our description and the game we're playing. Almost there. A platformer. Push that up. Alright. Let us start playing the game, but more importantly, let us start the countdown. 1 hour. Can it hold our attention for this amount of time? Off the bat, I'm already happy with it compared to other games, just because it has options for your resolution, whether or not it's windowed or not, so better than some of the other games we've had on the wheel so far. Level 1. Now, I do believe this is just a, like, score attack platformer, go as quick as you can. There we go, 3 stars. Easy peasy. Very minimalist in its graphics. It's just a cube. Oh, you can only jump once. Alright. Just 1 star. Next. This might be one of those exceptions to the rules situations, because a game like this can be rough for an hour. And hey, it has music and sound effects. It's almost like someone made a game. I am hoping that we get some more complicated levels soon. Oh, alright, well, we need to make the jump. Which means moving until we get a speed boost. I see. Alright. Once again, so far, kind of simple. Oh, God! Oh! You can ledge grab. There was no tutorial, so this is all just like figuring it out as we go along. It's like Super Meat Boy, but not Super or Meat, so just Boy. It's Super Box Boy. How's it going, Katase? Okay, there's wall grabbing. Celeste, but not Celeste. It is certainly a platformer. I like that Popylons is saying, +1 for no tutorial. You do hate tutorials. I prefer when a game doesn't have a tutorial, but still intuitively helps you learn how the game works. And this game sort of did that so far. Whoops! But like, wall jumping, it's introduced by showing you a situation that's only possible with wall jumps. And for the distance speed up, they put you on a long platform, so you learn that you get a speed boost if you move a certain amount of distance. Yeah, when a game doesn't force a tutorial. Which is so far true for this game. There we go, yeah. It's teaching us how to play the game without a proper tutorial. The only tutorial any game needs is Asylum Demon. Exactly, Dark Souls has always been very good, in my opinion, for that. Actually, anything after Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 does have the floor tutorials. But you know what? Those are perfectly optional, and you still learn just by playing the game. So I take it back. Dark Souls 1 is appropriate. It works. I'm hoping this game has more than the one sounds track so far. Like, this has one song that just starts over for every level. Hopefully when we get to like World 2, we get a different song. Yeah, you could choose not to read the Dark Souls soundtrack. Come on, new song. I'm very tired of this song. I'm guessing the laser beam is bad, so we're not gonna touch it. You're so fucking good at tea times. That's what you're saying. It's like, I'm so fucking good at time ace. I'm terrible at tea times. I'm excited to watch a couple of videos of people having tea time with the Dark Knight and stuff, though. This is Geometry Dash without good music. I feel like Geometry Dash was a different type of game, wasn't it? No, I'm thinking of Geometry Wars. Never mind. Whoops. Alright, we're starting to mix it up, which I'm happy about. So far, my only complaint is there's only one song so far, which is unacceptable. I would love more song. Oh, we need to really ride this one. But I am glad that it's starting to introduce complexity. Ups a daisy. And the last laser goes off. There we go. Collapse only needs 368 megabytes. Yes, it's a very compact experience as far as the installation size is concerned, which I'm 2 thumbs up on. Too many games are like 9 million megabytes. Funny joke. No! Alright. The game is now testing patience, which I fail. Oh god. I'm so bad at being patient. Come on. Come on. I'm actually really good at being patient, but I don't like doing it. There we go. 1 star. How is it still World 1? When do we get to World 2? Hey, I finished that level already, thank you very much. There we go. Why is Shake the Box a bad doctor? Because he has no patience. Ho ho! Very good. Did we do it? Oh, thank God. World 2 does have different music. Oh, you can hear the soundtrack. So this is the soundtrack for all 1 million levels of this one. This is the soundtrack for all 1 million levels of this one. Okay, we got falling blocks. Very good jump on my part. Just do the little hoppies. We need the speed boost now! Alright, there's a quick restart button. Let's jump. No, no, no! Okay. If you jump, you lose your speed boost, so we really need to focus on the full length of that block. There we go. Just 2 stars, come on. Ups a daisy. There we go, not so bad. Why is that Pixel cosplaying as Rambo? He does have like a bandana on, doesn't he? Alright, jump pads. I like that the game has a slow ramp up in complexity, but I think it might be perhaps too slow in the ramp up. Like, I feel like we spent too much time in World 1, and World 1 didn't have that much variety going on. World 2, I feel like, should have happened at the midway point of World 1. Like, there was a lot of repeat levels that we didn't need. And now we're having fun. Like, World 2 could have been the start of World 1. Like, each one of these has had something new. Jump pads, saws, falling blocks, bigger saws, moving spikes. Like, I feel like I'm actually having to pay more attention now. And for people that are obsessed with having really good scores and times... Oh, look at that. It moves after a second. And will you move? Oh, we need to ride it across. I got you now. Yes, this is far more engaging than World 1. And the soundtrack is better as well. No! I was impatient. Has anyone in chat watched the new Invader Zim movie? Because I have, and holy shit, it might be my favorite thing in the whole world. But I love Invader Zim, and that was like everything I wanted out of that. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it for anyone that even remotely likes Invader Zim. And of course, the Rocco movie Static Cling is also fantabulous. Two very good returns to like 90s cartoons. But as I said in chat, like Rocco was an A+ for me, but Invader Zim movie was triple S rank. What? Oh, Saw Blades come out. Yeah, the Rocco movie was amazing, right? You've never watched Rocco or Invader Zim? Well, Rocco I feel like might be a little bit of a hard watch for you because it is very much a direct continuation of the show. Invader Zim, you could probably watch without having seen any of the old show, just because the characters are pretty straightforward and they do a very good job of establishing what's going on immediately. You know, there is a child obsessed with an alien. The alien hasn't been around for a while now, and then the show just picks up. The movie picks up, rather. My little jerk. Oh, it's on the side! Yes, the one that was just a test of your patience is not the kind of level I like in a platformer. I like levels that are, do you know how the mechanics work? Do you know how to jump well? Do you have timing? Because that was just jump, wait, jump, wait, jump, wait. I don't want anything that's going to test my ability to sit around and wait. Oh, interesting. Oh, there was more stuff to do in World 1. But we don't have to. We could just stick with the tier 1s if we want to. Invader Zim came out when you were younger, and then it disappeared. Yes, Invader Zim lasted for a season and a half, and then we unfortunately lost it to the cuttings, the culling. This reminds me of N+ right here, having a little thing shooting missiles at you. Rocco is amazing. Ooh. It shot where I was going to be. Invader Zim became big just as you were moving away from cartoons. I don't understand what you mean by move away from cartoons. Oh, this thing is built perfectly to shoot you when you're doing these zigzag jumps. Broad strokes! You can't hit me now, can ya? I never moved away from cartoons. You son of a bitch. There we go. Invader Zim was Nickelodeon. Same with Rocko's Modern Life. Yeah, this is very N+. We need to go up the other wall. Son of a bitch. Might as well be shot. Invader Zim was maybe a little too nonsense for the kids at the time. It was definitely, it was, I would say, made for teenagers rather than children. But Nickelodeon put it in the same slot as the stuff for the younger audiences, and that was probably not so great for it. Because that was a show that, like, implied child death was just every episode. So many kids were basically assumed to be dead in that show. Which is also true for the movie. But just, like, in general, it was weird that Invader Zim was a show that happened because they reached out to Jonan Vasquez to make the show based on his comics Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which is a comic about a man who violently murders all the people he doesn't like in the world. Who doesn't love child death, right? So, like, it was a comic about a serial killer, and then it was also based on the popularity of his spin-off comic that was about an abused child. So it's weird that, like, Invader Zim ever happened to begin with. Rocko had one episode where he worked for a phone sex line. Yes. Rocko I've always liked because even, like, in the 90s, this comic... Oh, very, like, N+ here. You know what? If you're gonna, like, pull inspiration from the best. This game has a lot of Meat Boy-like elements, and it has a lot of N+-like elements, and those are two very good, like, twitchy platformers. You remember all the edgy kids love those Johnny the Homicidal Maniac comics? You're talking to one of them. I own every issue of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and I own the collected works of Squee, the spinoff. But I've always been a big fan of Jonan Vasquez, which is why Invader Zim was such a big deal for me, because it was an animated show from one of my favorite comic authors. Oh, I keep on landing on the side. Hey, the missiles collided with each other. That's nice. You son of a bitch. All right, we're gonna do it. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, Rocko's always had, like, great stuff that kids might not catch, but adults will, but it's still fun for kids. Which has always been the best part of that show. Alright, we need the blocks to fall. That's gonna shoot bullets. Got a laser here. Fuck. Yeah, this is probably my favorite song on the soundtrack for this game so far. I like pulsy drum and bassy stuff. You weren't allowed to have things like that when they were current, so you don't know if your distaste for them now is based on real feelings or repressed jealousy, since you didn't get to have any of that stuff. I imagine if you didn't get to have it, like, did you read the comics, or you just know, like, other people were into it? Because if you haven't read it, then it might just be based on, like, the jealousy element of these other people get to have a thing that you are banned from. Oh, not gonna have a good time on this one. Oh, we can do one double jump after we do the main jump. Son of a bitch! Alright, in that case I would say it's based on lack of having, if you haven't read them yourself. Because you haven't actually, like, experienced them, but you have an opinion about them. That seems more more based on the lack of having than an actual, this thing is dumb. You bastard. But Tintin's a good comic. Alright. It's clear it's going to shoot me. I know it's going to shoot me, and then I still let it happen. Now for the one part that I can't quite figure out. Son of a bitch. There we go. You always thought the comics only existed were superhero comics like Marvel and DC because no one you knew had comics. I've never actually read any like Marvel or DC comics. Like, I'm unfamiliar with the serialized superhero worlds. All the comics I always read were like limited run things, like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, Squee. Transmetropolitan is one of the other comics that I was always a huge fan of. Preacher. That was just waiting for the bullet to come. No! I accept death. But yeah, Johnny Homicidal Maniac will always have a bunch of my favorite one-off jokes that I love to bring up. Which is when someone has a date that's going wrong and they had diarrhea but they poop their pants, they just scream, "Someone put shit in my pants!" and run out of the date. That kept me entertained for quite some time. I hate you so much. You. Go. We're out of there. Ah. Alright, we just gotta time the jumps right. It was a different one! Come on. Got it. Oh! No. Oh, we're okay. I'm having trouble getting used to the idea that pushing left or right while I'm against a surface is a jump. You had to watch Naruto and Pokemon on your computer because your parents didn't like them. I've never actually had any kind of censorship about what I'm allowed to watch applied to me in my whole life. Which is why one of the earliest movies I've ever seen is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I grew up on horror movies. This one is a little rough. That's what I was worried about. That's what we need to do. Jesus, no! Like, I remember being, I think it was like 12 or so, and was easily able to briefly have a conversation with my parents where I handed her, my mom I should say, not my parents, my dad doesn't give a shit about anything. But I just gave my mom a $10 bill and she ordered a pay-per-view movie for me, which was Carnosaur, and Carnosaur 2. And then me and my friends watched a bunch of terrible puppet dinosaurs eat a whole bunch of scantily clad ladies. So that was my upbringing when it comes to movies and TV. No rules, just right. Outback. God damn it! Stupid cube. God damn it. The Carnosaur movies are the worst Jurassic Park knockoffs you will ever see. Oh, come on! You stupid cube. No rules. Just Outback Steakhouses. Patience is not a virtue, it's the virtue. I'm really bad at, like, when I'm playing a platformer like this, I really just want to go. Roger Corman's a legend. Yes, he is. When it comes to low-budget knockoff movies, Roger Corman is the pinnacle. Fucking... It's because of him that Waterworld even happens. Like, think about that for a minute. One of the highest budgeted movies of all time is because of Roger Corman. And that's because a director came to him and he's like, yeah, I'll finance that movie. We want a Mad Max ripoff. And the guy who eventually made... Oh, I need to pay attention. The guy who eventually made Waterworld thought to himself, well, why don't I make it about water instead of about, you know, deserty wastelands? And that'll really make me stand out. And you know what's really expensive to film? A whole bunch of fucking boats. Oh my god. Missiles. You bastard. Yeah, Roger Corman's studio is famously the one that was trying to get this script optioned from this dude who was just supposed to make a Mad Max ripoff. That was all he was supposed to do. And eventually, you know, Kevin Costner gets involved and he wants to rewrite the script and different studios become involved and get shopped around. Oh, Tank Girl's a classic. It doesn't get nearly enough love. Unsurprising, your parents were terrible with film and horror. Probably why you don't like it now. My parents never liked horror. My grandma liked horror, and my aunt was into horror. And so that was like spending time with my aunt and with my grandmother was all about renting terrible horror movies. Like every time I visited my aunt, our routine was we drive down the street on the way to her house. We stop in the local video rental place, which was just a little indie rental store. Oh my god. So we go into there, I go into the horror movie section, and I rent a terrible movie about giant mosquitoes or something. Which will always haunt my brain because there's a scene in that movie where a mosquito bites into a lady's boob and her boob goes away, which as a child made me think that boobs are just giant blood sacs. That is not how breasts work. I have since learned that. And then we would go from that rental store, where I would inevitably also rent Mario's Missing, because that's the only Super Nintendo game they had. And then we would go next door, which was a little bodega, and we would buy some snacks. And then the rest of my day was watching horror movies, playing Mario's Missing for the 900th time, and then eating a whole bunch of chips and dip. Boobs are actually fat. Yes, they are, Jason Bauer. But this giant mosquito movie made me think they were just literally water balloons of blood. Because a mosquito just, like, drained it like it was a big sack of liquid. If there's one thing you don't want to learn from horror movies, it's human anatomy. You don't want to learn that from horror movies. Meet the Applegates. It's shit but great and everyone should see it. Listen, I am huge on B-movies, and so is Pope Pylons. Right. There's a moving platform. This is another patience, not twitching level. I'll have to look up Meet the Applegates. I have not heard of that one. You son of a bitch. Really, if you want to look up some really good stuff. Yeah, I know gore is not your forte, Pope. I'm huge on gore. But I also, like, spent part of my college education learning how to make gore. Fuck yeah! Come at me, level! Hey, Popeyons, what's the name of that utterly insane man who makes his own movies. We watched the one where he comes from space and is in a desert, and he just wanders around and talks to very realistic rich people. What's his name? Because Velvet Thunder needs to watch his movies. Yeah! Neil Breen! You need to watch Neil Breen's movies. That man is a nightmare. The sky and the cosmos are one. Oh, Andrew showed you the effect where we had Ellen get shot through the eye, and you can look through her skull. That was a combination of me and Andrew. We did that together while making a trailer for a movie called Blobs. We're still very proud of that effect. In my opinion, it looks better than some stuff you find on Sci-Fi Channel and, like, other low-budget things. If folks want to see what we're talking about, remind me, I will post it in the Discord. We're not getting a good star in this one. Yeah, that was, we were riffing on the movie Slither, which is one of my favorite movies. We had a little blob alien shoot through our friend Ellen's eyeball. And we accomplished that by... I made a simulated borehole for her skull using a toilet paper roll and a bunch of fake blood brains and other gooey bits that I mostly made out of clay. And then we just, we match moved it with her head movements. And it looks like you're looking through a bloody tunnel in her head. You had to praise Andrew while trying to get him to move on so you didn't have to look through an eye hole. Yes, that was a team effort between the two of us. I did most of the practical stuff, he did most of the digital stuff for it. Did you ever see me turn Mike Rosicki into a fish monster? Oh my god, it's Breakout! This is actually 2 thumbs up. That's a clever use of mechanics and the world to pay a little homage to a different game. Alright, I'll have to also show my transformation sequence. Like, my senior thesis was entirely special effects. So I did a full head prosthetic for him. We did several, like, bullet holes in people. I believe he works for an advertising company these days. Or he did. He may have quit. Mostly he plays board games now. I don't think he does it professionally. I think he just always talks about them. That's a person, when I first met them, I hated their guts. And then later on, I found out they're actually alright. You've been obsessed with watching Corridor Crew videos? What are those? There's a garbage person you broke a mug on? Tell me more. Yes, I would say his first year he was insufferable, his second year he started getting better, and then his third and fourth year he was a good guy. And those were the years where I was also playing, like, Dungeons & Dragons with him and other groups. You love the fact that the tentacle that shoots out from the egg in Alien is just some poor animal's intestines. That is a classic way to do it. Oh, it's a special effects company that dissects scenes from movies and talk about how they did the effects. Velvet Thunder, definitely post that in the Discord because I love watching that kind of stuff. I follow a bunch of, like, indie crews that do special effects on YouTube. Like Stiltby Studios. No! No! God damn it. There's not enough ledge to gain speed so that we can make that jump. Oh, you're not in the Discord. I'm sorry for making Discord demands when you're not in there. But you should join the Discord. We have a lot of fun in there. God damn it. Huh. Huh. I see you wrote a message. I will read it in a moment. I really want to just finish this nightmare level before I take a chat break for a second. Fuck! Ugh. I like when I was in my innocent times complaining that the game didn't have enough complexity, and now I'm just fucking losing my mind on this level. Have fun doing homework, Ultimate Noob. Oh my god. Alright. You know that Dave & Buster's cup? Yes, I do know that Dave & Buster's cup. It had the staff meeting this morning. The handle for it was lost when I smacked this fucking very large swear word. Oh! I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that guy was a trash being. Just like an actual living troll. You did the right thing. No, no, no! Have fun doing homework. And now we jump. Now we jump. And this is the part we need to be very quick on. Please, son of a bitch, we need to do that perfectly. God, why? This level is my new least favorite level. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted. And now we want laser beam and start. No, no, that was too early. We want to do it while the laser beam is going. There we go. I was not doing it right. That was the problem. 1 star, thank you. Oh! Well, if I get you some gold, want to do some kintsugi on plastic. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh. That's the Japanese repair where they use like little golds to put something that broke together again. You're asking me if you want me to... You want me to fix your mug. That's what you're saying, right? I do have a whole bunch of resin right now. Epoxy-based resin, which is probably the way to go for that. My god. I'm having flashbacks to all the N+ levels where I was like, maybe I don't need to beat this game. Oh my god. Hey, we can work something out. There we go. God damn. We probably don't want to use resin. We probably just want to use normal epoxy. But that's not exactly hard. Like, if you just come to the house with your mug and a bottle of epoxy that you can get in any Home Depot, I could just do it for you. Honestly, Crazy Glue would probably also work fine. If you explicitly want it to be, like, pretty, like the gold leaf stuff they do in Japan, we probably wouldn't do gold, but we can get any kind of epoxy safe dye and just dye it whatever color you want. There we go. No, you don't want to put resin in the part where you drink. Adhesive medical strips. You got every achievement in Meat Boy when it first came out. I unlocked all the levels in Super Meat Boy, but I didn't do everything in it because that... I remember spending... I don't even want to know how many hours I just did the I want to be the guy level over and over again. Just quietly, in the dark, doing that same level forever. I remember Patrick walked downstairs and he was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm going to beat this level, Patrick. I will be the guy. It was my least favorite level in the fucking game. It took me hours. Hours! No! The problem with this game, and it's not so much a problem as it is just a thing you need to remember, is if you're against a wall and you press left, that's a jump. You're going to get height. You have to let go of the control stick entirely to drop. And I've killed myself several times just because I accidentally do a jump. Nope, can't wait for it. Go, 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 go. No! Piece of garbage. Meat Boy was a fantastic game, though. And the soundtrack was aces. Such a good soundtrack. There we go. You can't do like games like that anymore. You don't have the skill or patience. You've aged out of the extreme, hyper-hard platformer genre. Don't have the reflexes I used to. Fuck. The problem for me with, like, super hard platformers is I'm the kind of person that wants to do a thing over and over again until I do it right. And that will hurt your hands in one of the super ultra hard platformers. Like, you can't play those for more than an hour at a time. This one's kind of like borderline in that ballpark. Bam. My favorite level again. As long as I don't have to wait for something, I don't mind. It's the waiting that pisses me off in these kind of games. Oh, you garbage. Son of a bitch. If you ever want to, like, co-op a stream capture card Donkey Kong Country 2 on SNES, I mean, my capture card can only capture things that use an HDMI cable, but due to the power of, we'll just call it friendulation, we'll just pretend we're using a console for realsies. Oh, thank God. Oh, it's the worst. Oh, God. Not homing, not homing. No, 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 no! Donkey Kong Country is the equivalent of a nice cup of tea. I've always found the Donkey Kong games to be relatively difficult platformers. Like, they really, really stressed me. Whoops, clicked on the wrong window. Oh God, I clicked on the wrong window in several levels. There we go, back to normal. Okay, where do we go? One thing that Super Meat Boy did extremely well and I will love it forever for, is when you start a level of Super Meat Boy, you know exactly where the goal is. There's never a question of where you need to go, it's always a question of how you get there. And right now, I don't like that I don't immediately understand intuitively where the goal is. That bugs me a little bit. Okay, it's over here. I would have been pissed if it was in the middle. They're warm and comforting. There you go. For me, that's always the Mario games. Mario games are like perfect platformers in every way. I love them dearly. I was overthinking this level dramatically. No! Dark Souls, you know what? That's the genre that is my warm cup of tea. It's the Souls-like genre. Fills me with a warm, fuzzy sensation. Man. Ooh, Final Fantasy 9. Good choice. I also very much enjoy 9. You've never drived with how Mario controls. Interesting. I know people don't like that he has like a little bit of a slidiness to him, but I've always rather enjoyed that fact. It makes you be very aware of like your stopping position. Oh, you know, like the new Yoshi? Yeah, the new Yoshi game is a very chill experience. I haven't actually played it myself, but I've enjoyed watching others play it. That's like on my list of games I'll have to get at some point. I think if I had to pick a studio that makes my favorite warm blanket of a video game experience, it's gotta be FromSoft as my #1 choice, and then in a very close #2, like almost tied with FromSoft, is going to be Platinum Studios. Platinum games are such a fucking joy to have in your hand. Oh, you can feel the Donkey Kong Country jumps in your bones. Nice. I feel like I need to go over for that one, but it's spinning so fast that I'm not sure I can make it. Motherfucker, what if I just immediately start going? Nope. We have to wait. We have to wait 1 second for this boy. Maybe not. Alright, we can just go. You know what? It's just go. That's the answer here. Alright, so it's speed boost, full jump, under, full jump. Oh, too early on the full jump. Full jump! Alright, we got it. Fuck you, Spikes. Come on. Alright, we're gonna get it. Oh! Don't care for that. There we go. Oh, fuck you very much. God damn it, deliver me. Alright. Up and over. Ooh, moving spike. Almost got us. Alright. You can feel those jumps in your bone. Old school rare for you. Banjo, Star Fox Adventures, all very good, yes. Ambrosia's Library, not bad. Boom. It's the Doom-themed Bomberman for PowerPC Macintosh. Never, ever heard of it. Not cool, laser. Oh, it's gonna chase us up. Very exciting. Like, Nier Automata is perhaps the pinnacle of controlling a game, in my opinion. It feels real good. God damn it! Which is why I'm very excited for Astral Chain. That's the same gameplay director as Nier Automata. And let me tell you, I'm real excited for it. Real excited for Astral Chain. Yeah, Platinum, such a good studio. There we go. They've had a few stinkers. And all studios tend to when you look at their full library. Like, FromSoft, right? If you were to say FromSoft is the perfect studio, I would be like, yeah, you're 100% correct. But I'm really only thinking of Demon Souls forward. If you want to be a little bit more specific with me, I'm thinking of Armored Core 2, skip the next, like, 3 Armored Cores, Demon Souls forward. Like, Platinum has had a lot of winners starting with, like, Metal Gear Revengeance and going forward. Because that game, say what you will about the plot, but the gameplay is fantabulous. It feels real good. FromSoft had Kingsfield. Yeah, FromSoft, older FromSoft has a few duds, but newer FromSoft, like Miyazaki becoming studio president, moving forward, that studio has been only winners. I feel like Platinum has a similar... There's a point in time where they just started making only good games. And that might have been like Bayonetta forward. Or Revengeance. I don't know which one came first. Can I thread the needle on the second row? We definitely can for the first row. Man, again, I remember when I was complaining about the game not being super complex in the beginning. Oh, Nintendo's a curious one. When it comes to first-party titles with Nintendo, I don't know if they have any bad games, do they? Comes out the same day as Man of Medan and 3 days after Control. That's fair. I'm getting it probably on release day, but that's because I have one of those tickets ready to go. But that means I'll have to wait a little bit for Zelda re-release. Like, has Nintendo as a first-party release made any bad games? Like, every mainstream entry to the Mario franchise has been perfect in my opinion. With a couple of, like, maybe a few of the handhelds not being up to par. Yes, Pokemon is Game Freak. It still counts as like a first-party release because Nintendo quality controls their games pretty hard. Oh my god. Pokemon are getting straight up cut out of the game. I don't think they're being cut out of the game. The problem is, in the past, when they go to a new region, there's a number of Pokemon there, and then later on they let you import through the Pokedex, and they're removing that ability. Which, you know, I get it. It's their first major console release of a Pokemon game in like a billion years. So you gotta make cuts in certain locations, so I do not begrudge them the lack of the full roster. Especially when you get right down to the fact that there's 6 trillion Pokemon now. No! No! Ah! Oh, it's gonna sell like gangbusters. It's the first, like, console release of a Pokemon game. They're going to have trouble getting them to stores. I mean, let's be serious. When you're playing a turn-based RPG, who cares about the graphics and animation for most of the battles? It's all just numbers. Like, I'm there to get my numbers bigger than the other numbers. So I do not begrudge them any of the complaints I've been hearing about the new Pokemon. None of that will impact my enjoyment of the game. As long as there's Ghost-type Pokemon that I can get attached to, I'm alright. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm currently enjoying a game where a white cube with a red trail moves around. Like, graphics mean little to me. As long as it's readable and I'm able to know what's going on, it has a little bit of personality to it, ideally. You shit. Additionally, I'm also going to just wait for the game to be out before I have any kind of critique for it. Oh, I don't like that laser. I guess it's not a laser, it's a missile. It's a homing missile. Do not care for you, homing missile. God damn it. The removal of Mega Evolutions? But those were only in... one game? Is it 2 games? And now we have the giant version. Like, they just replaced Mega Evolutions with a new mechanic. That's how you make video games. Like, you gotta keep it evolving. I don't want to play the same Pokemon again. You piece of garbage missile. New Megas weren't in Sun and Moon. That's true too! I think people just like complaining that, like, something they like that's in one game isn't in every game. And I get it, you know? I complain sometimes too. But, like, I grew up on the original Pokemon. Like, 150 Pokemon, nothing special going on, just stats and rock, paper, scissors attribute battles. I'm just happy they're making a game that I'm gonna play. I'll probably save Pokemon as a Christmas experience. You're not pumped about the Dynamaxing? I think it looks pretty neat. The idea of making them kaiju-sized is something that I'm into. Ooh, almost got me. Oh, it got me. So, Dynamaxing is when, in the new game, they've previewed it, you can make your Pokemon, like, Godzilla-sized. And they have Godzilla fights. Ha! You didn't get me! Mega Evolutions were, you know, Pokemon has Evolution 1, 2, 3, and then Mega Evolution was a special, limited evolution you could pull off using a special item. Only certain Pokemon could do it. What's important is that Gengar was one of them. And he was the only one I ever used it with. Just makes them bigger. Yeah. Again, I would prefer something new as opposed to, like, just doing the same mechanic we've already had for an iteration of the game. But also, to each their own. If you guys aren't excited for it, then that's, you know, it's sad you're not excited for a Pokemon game, but also not the end of the world. Oh my god. Yeah, I see it as kind of interchangeable from Mega Evolutions, to be honest. And as someone who loves kaijus and kaiju movies, I just like the idea of having massive, city-stomping Pokemon having a fight. Fuck. Come on, shoot. God damn it. Yep, I messed up. Messed up there too. Well, the nice thing is the old games that do have Mega Evolutions are still there. Like, you could still just replay the older games you like. Leave the new games for the cool kids that want new stuff, like me. Yeah, I love new stuff. Don't hurt me. Oh. Can you avoid doing this new whatever and be fine? I mean, you'll probably have the first time it comes up in the game, where the game will sort of pigeonhole you into doing it once, and then you could probably ignore it. No, god damn it, nice level. We need to go up left, avoid the shots, and then jump back onto the right-hand side. Or I guess we could just hang out on the right-hand side, couldn't we? I was wondering if we can get to the other side of the block, but we can't do a mid-air jump. Alright, we're gonna try and just, like, hang out on this pole. But we gotta go lower. God damn it. And climb. Gotta move when the missiles come. Alright, I prefer my new plan. You have got to be kidding me. Oh yeah, I'm sure the game will probably have a whole host of, like, folks that are complaining will still get the game. But that's how video games work. Pope, there have been like 7 million Pokemon games. I've honestly only played a few of them. I can't do this. This goddamn missile is the worst thing in the world. Come on, leave me alone! Wait. Here's an idea. Okay, I got a very good idea. No! It's a bad idea. It's a real bad idea. God, I just gotta slide down. Hey, Joe. I'm trying to get to the outside of it. Oh, it's a good game, says the little voice. You were gonna get the game, but you decided not to because they're not importing all of the Pokemon? Again, I understand why people are sore about that, but like I also understand that it would double development time to have to animate all those people. All those Pokemon, I should say, not people. Well, alright. This game kept me entertained for one full uninterrupted hour. It did it. We could keep playing, but honestly my hand's starting to hurt because it's one of these, you know, hyper twitchy platformers, and that does a real number on the fingy wingies. So we're gonna call it here, but the game's a winner, I would say. If you like platformers, this one's very similar to Meat Boy. I would say it's a little bit more similar to N+. But I like it. I like this game. I kind of wish they had more music in it, because each world has a song. I think you should have each section of the world has a song. That way the soundtrack isn't just the same song forever and ever and ever. But you know what? For a little tiny game like this, good. It does what it needs to do. Even if we stopped after a half an hour, I would have said this one was a winner. You only recognize Generation 1 and 2 Pokemon. Entertained. I count being angry at a platformer as entertained, because that's what these are about. Like, Meat Boy is about being frustrated, overcoming that frustration, and getting that endorphin rush of like, I fucking did it. So, I like it.